Hasbro's Haslab Rancor campaign fails to reach its minimum funding goal. The G.I. Joe Haslab Skystriker manages to squeak by. Super 7's Ultimates Animaniac figures confirmed. And the Book of Boba Fett Black Series Boba Fett figure finally fully revealed. All that and more in today's TNI news video. So let's jump right in. So welcome to a Tuesday edition of TNI News. I'm JC, and let's jump right into it. So let's start off with the hot topic of the day, and that is those Haslab campaigns. So yesterday, the one for the Black Series Rancor came to an end, and unfortunately, for those of you who wanted it at least, it did not reach its backer goal. It got close. It got around 8,500 and something at midnight last night, but it needed a minimum of 9,000, and so unfortunately it has been officially confirmed that it did not meet its funding goal and will not be moving forward. Now, a lot of people have their reasons why it didn't make it, everything from high prices to the paint apps weren't right to not very good stretch goals, you name it, and people had complaints about that one. So it's not really surprising to me that it did not meet its backer goal. This is really one of the only campaigns where I've seen it like lose hundreds of backers. You know, after they revealed all the stretch goals, people started bailing on it. Then Hasbro ended up throwing in at the last minute a Black Series Rancor Keeper figure that did kind of turn the tides. And then yesterday it did start to build some momentum, but just not enough to actually, push it over the finish line. So this is only the second Haslab campaign to fail. The first one was not even action figure oriented with a big giant Cookie Monster stuffed animal from Sesame Street. So this is really the first action figure Haslab campaign to fail to reach its funding goal. Fortunately for G.I. Joe fans, the Skystriker, which was looking a little iffy as of yesterday, has made its minimum funding goal. It's actually, starting last night and throughout most of today has been gaining quite a few backers. So as I'm filming this with over 8 hours to go, just over 8 hours, it has 10,556 backers. The minimum was 10,000. And if it continues at the pace it's been going for most of today, it might even make it to its first stretch goal, which would be 13,000. If it makes it to 13,000, then they will throw in the Scarlet figure in her pilot suit, or a pilot suit. She never really wore this in the comics or cartoon, but they kind of based it off of Ace's flight suit. So, she was seen piloting the Skystriker in the original G.I. Joe animated series in the original 5-parter, The Mass Device. So she wasn't wearing a pilot suit, but with this, they are giving her one. So the figures in this set are O-ring based, for their new O-ring line that they announced at PulseCon back in October. Newly designed O-rings that are said not to basically, where the O-rings won't dissolve over time, like with the original figures. We'll have to see if they actually live up to that, but we are getting, this Skystriker was basically kicking off a whole new action figure line, which will be released exclusively through Pulse. The first two figures being the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, that they announced at PulseCon and is still currently available for pre-order on the Pulse website. We don't know any other figures other than the ones being included with the Skystriker. At the last minute for the Skystriker, kind of like they did with the Rancor, they did throw in more figures. 3 Cobra figures, the Cobra Commander with the Mickey Mouse variant symbol, the Cobra Soldier, and the Cobra crew member, as well as the extra decal sheet. I talked about all that in the last news video. That definitely seemed to help things and push it along. So unlike with the Haslab Rancor, the add-ons for this seem to do some good. So we'll have to see where this one ends up finishing up tonight. It ends tonight at midnight. Again, at the current pace, I really wouldn't be surprised if it at least gets to that 13,000 mark. Not guaranteed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I know a lot of people want like the Stealth Ripcord figure, which is like the the second unlockable goal. But I don't know if we're going to get to that one. I wish it had gotten to the third one with the flight crew. I really kind of want the flight crew. The second goal with the Ripcord is 16,000 backers. And then the third goal is 18,000 backers for the 2 flight crew members. But I don't see, even at the current pace, I don't see this making 18,000. I really don't see it making the second stretch goal of 16. But, who knows? Maybe as we get closer to the deadline and people start to see that it is possibly going to make its backer goals, or at least some of them, it might encourage more people to back it. Again, I really don't know. But at the very least, the Skystriker itself is going forward. So everyone who wanted that, and I do count myself among that, I really wasn't interested in the Rancor, but I did want the Skystriker, so I'm glad to see that one made it. Now, I do plan on talking in more detail about these Haslabs. They've definitely created quite a stir among the collecting community. Even going back to the Galactus one, which was very successful at the end. But, there's a lot of points I really want to talk about, address, comments I hear from you guys. I'll probably end up pissing off everybody from the toy company, from Hasbro to people who won't agree with me or what have you. I don't know. But I really feel like, I want to share my thoughts in more detail on these Haslabs. So look for that video probably later this week sometime. Now, it's not all bad news for you Star Wars fans out there, because today we got some new action figure reveals for both Black Series and Vintage Collection. Even got some new SH figure art reveals as well. These were all part of the Bring Home the Bounty segment that is done every Tuesday on StarWars.com. So for Black Series, we finally got our look at the Boba Fett figure in his modern armor, which we first saw at the end of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. Now, this particular version is actually, listed as being based on the Book of Boba Fett series, the new series that premieres later this month on Disney+. But, again, we saw this armor at the first time last year, in the second season of the Mandalorian series. So in his modern armor, all cleaned up, it has a removable helmet, has a removable jetpack, has his classic blaster and rifle weapons. It is a figure that will be available everywhere. It's not a store exclusive. It will be going up for pre-order tomorrow, which is the 8th, and everywhere. So places like our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to get your hands on this figure, and I definitely do, it won't be that hard to do. And I would just lock it in for pre-order at whatever your favorite place that you buy Star Wars figures from. Now for Vintage Collection, so first of all, that Mandalorian 2-pack that features the Mandalorian and Grogu, along with those spiders that we saw, they revealed this set at PulseCon back in October. This is going to be a Walmart exclusive. So that one will be going up for pre-order on the Walmart website tomorrow. It should be around 1 p.m. Eastern Time. You never know for sure with Walmart. They might put it up early, they might put it up late, but that is supposed to be going up for pre-order tomorrow. And then along with that are some new deluxe sets, which we're seeing for the first time. So we are getting Ahsoka Tano and Grogu from the second season of The Mandalorian, and she's going to come with her owl. So that one, as well as an Imperial Stormtrooper with the web gun. This is based on the season finale of The Mandalorian on Navarro at the Cantina. So that one is coming. Has some blast effects for the web gun. And the third set is going to be also from that first season of The Mandalorian, the Imperial Flame Trooper, or Incinerary Trooper as they call him. And he's going to come with a bunch of flame effects. We've gotten the figure before on a single card, but with this one you get a number of flame effects, and you also get a Grogu figure. So the two can face off with one another like we saw in the Mandalorian TV series. So all three of those, like with the 2-pack with the spiders, is going to be Walmart exclusives, and all of these should be going up for pre-order tomorrow. Again, officially the time listed is 1 p.m. Eastern Time. The final bit of Star Wars news I have for you guys today is on the SH Figuarts front from Tamashii Nations. So today we got revealed 2 new figures based on that Disney Plus Vision series, which consists of a bunch of animated shorts based on Star Wars. These 2 specific figures are based on the character Am, or Am, and Car, or Carrie, I don't know how you say it. I haven't seen the episode with these 2, so I'm not familiar with the characters. But again, they are based on that Disney Plus animated short series called Visions, and these are Target exclusives here in the United States. Both of these figures are currently available for pre-order on the Target website, or at least they were available last time I checked. Both figures are going to cost about $85. Now, I have nothing on the Marvel Legend front for you guys today. I do expect there will be a fair amount of things to talk about next week, probably next Friday. I wouldn't even be surprised if we don't get a live stream from Marvel next Friday. So definitely look for that next week. We might get something at the end of this week for Hawkeye. Every Friday they're doing reveals of Hawkeye products based on the newest episode. We get a new episode tomorrow. And then, I don't know if there'll be anything Marvel Legend wise this week. But if it is, that will probably come on Friday. Now, not going to go into specifics, but I believe the end of episode 4, which is going to premiere tomorrow, and then episode 5 is going to have probably some big things happening that probably is going to generate a lot of talk online. I don't know if we'll see anything Marvel Legend based on that here immediately, but and if there is, and it's something they're going to be revealing, I probably would expect that reveal to come next week, not this week. But we'll have to wait and see. But again, definitely next week, Hawkeye aside, I do expect there to be some Marvel Legend news for you guys. Now, following up on a story I talked about the last time in regards to Super 7. So I told you how Super 7 was teasing a new line of Ultimates figures, and they'd shown off an image of the Warner Brothers water tower, and they'd given a clue saying that the next batch of Ultimates was going to be busting out of that water tower, which to me basically said they were going to be doing figures based on the 90s animated series Animaniacs. And in fact, that has now been confirmed thanks to a placeholder page that showed up on the Super 7 website. These should be going up for pre-order tomorrow. Now, I don't know the specific figures that will be in the first wave, but it's definitely based on Animaniacs. It's not just a general Warner Brothers line like I think some people were hoping. I think some people were hoping for Looney Tunes. I would not be surprised if eventually Super 7 doesn't do Looney Tune figures, and this is my guess, but I have a feeling that Looney Tunes right now is probably tied up with Space Jam, which is a license another company has. Maybe after, next year after the movie is long come and gone, then we might see Super 7, things open up for somebody like Super 7 to do Looney Tune figures. I don't know if that's something they're pursuing, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But as I said, Animaniacs are coming, and we should get the full details and images and everything for those tomorrow. They will be going up for pre-order tomorrow. So keep it to TNI for more details on that. For you Power Ranger fans, we've got the official images and details for the next 1/6 scale Figuarts figure coming from Threezero. It is of the Ranger Slayer. So we've seen some preview images for this one before, but it is now up for pre-order at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. It is going to come with a bow and arrow and alternate hands. And if you've been collecting the other 12-inch figures from Threezero for Power Rangers, this is one you're probably going to want to check out. Beast Kingdom revealed another DC comic-based figure for their Dynamic Action Heroes line. These figures are about 8-inch in scale. And with this one, we are getting a comic book-based Darkseid. So with this figure, he's going to come with 2 different head sculpts. He is going to have built-in LED lights in the eyes. He's going to have laser beam effects. He's going to have multiple hands and a figure stand. Now, this figure, last time I checked, was not yet available for pre-order at places like our sponsor, Big Bad Toy Store. I believe it is currently available on the Beast Kingdom website, but places like Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store should be offering this eventually. Neither of those places have yet to put up for pre-order the 89 Batman movie Joker and Batman figures I talked about last time, but I have checked, and at some point here in the fairly near future, those should be going up for pre-order at those places. And again, this Darkseid figure should be carried at those places as well. Storm Collectibles this week released official images and details for their Tekken 7 Devil Jin figure. This is a 1/12 scale figure. We have seen some preview images for this one previously, but it's going to come with 3 different head sculpts. You're going to get 4 pairs of hands and articulated wings. The release date is listed as the second quarter of 2022. Now, as I'm filming this, the figure has not been listed for pre-order at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth, but I do expect that to happen fairly soon, probably either by the end of this week or early next week. A quick follow-up to a story I talked about last week in regards to Iron Studios and them doing Masters of the Universe statues. So we've gotten our first look at the first statue they are doing, which is of Prince Adam. This is primarily based on the original Filmation series. It shows Prince Adam lifting up his sword. You can tell he's about to yell the words, "I have the power," or "by the power of Grayskull," transforming himself from Adam to He-Man. No other details are really available at this time. But this is our first look at their Masters of the Universe offerings. They've also said that they are doing ThunderCats. We got a preview image for those, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well, though we have not yet seen any images for the Turtles. Now, speaking of Turtles, NECA Toys today released official images for their upcoming Universal Monsters Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles mashup, Raphael as Frankenstein's monster figure. So this figure has been up for pre-order for a while. It's available everywhere. And we also know that there's going to be Michelangelo as the Mummy and Leonardo as the Hunchback. NECA previously released a teaser for Leonardo, and we've seen listings in the Target system for all three of those. That's how we first learned about this line, was the listings from Target. Now, NECA has said on their social media channels that they have at least 8 figures in this line planned and more to come after that. And with these new package images, we can see we got our first look at the Michelangelo as the Mummy. So that one is 100% confirmed now. And then you can see there at the bottom, it's blacked out. We only basically see the silhouette. But you can clearly tell that's essentially the hairstyle for the Bride of Frankenstein, which is a female character. So I'm guessing almost definitely that this is going to be April as the Bride of Frankenstein. So kind of funny, we are getting April before we get the fourth turtle, Donatello. We still have no idea what monster Donatello is going to be, but we know, obviously, they're not going to leave out one of the turtles. So maybe he's going to come in the second wave. I mean, technically, these are all being released individually. Again, right now, the only figure up for pre-order is the Raphael. But I kind of consider these 4 figures, the Michelangelo, the Raphael, the Leonardo, and then April probably is kind of like the first wave. And then we'll see more figures. Probably Shredder, maybe Splinter, maybe one of the mutants. I don't know. But Donatello, I've got to assume, is coming. But I have no idea what monster Donatello will be based on. So they're kind of rolling these out pretty slowly. So I don't know when we'll get the next official full reveal. And it'll probably be, either more images of the Leonardo as the Hunchback, or maybe even the Raphael as the Mummy. But, it might be a while before we, get into those later figures that they obviously have planned for this line. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comments section below. Like this video if you're so inclined, and please think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And you should also hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. As always, guys, stay safe out there, and until next time, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.